I
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna record it to
Weird.
my computer because I want it to and I don't know where the cloud is. I don't know where it takes it. So, all right,
Right.
so we are recording. Oh, so ladies, we are so excited to have you all here this afternoon. We had some trouble yesterday evening with our video stability, and so we wanted to make sure we had a good recording to be able to share with you all. So we are re-recording today the goals training. So we're excited to share all this stuff with you all to start your new year because the brand new catalog is here. January is kind of craziness, and we know that. So we thought that goals would be better set for February once you have really gotten settled into your new year, and the brand new catalog is here. So we are excited to talk to you about goals and how these goals can help you in all parts of your life.
Yay. Who doesn't love goal setting? I love setting new goals, and I love January. As crazy as a month it might be, I just feel like it's kind of a clean slate.
Yes.
And you can really do whatever you want with it. But the thing to keep in mind is you can do that anytime you want. You can clean slate it anytime you want. Anytime you decide that you need a new focus, a new plan, new goal setting, new action plan, whatever it is, do it. I mean, what's stopping you? So don't wait till next January to make amazing things happen. So Marie and I are going to talk to you about just some tips and tricks and hints on your goal setting. Hopefully you guys will get some great ideas out of this. And I love this quote. A dream not written down is just a wish. I think that's so true. I personally am a big believer in list making and writing everything down, and I've got inspirational stuff all over my office. You can't probably hardly see it because I'm a little tiny box in the corner, but I've got all kinds of that stuff, and I like to surround myself with it, and I do a vision board every year, and it's become a really important piece of me thinking about my whole year as a whole. So
Is that your
love
vision
that.
on the wall back behind you?
My one on the wall behind me, it's Epic 2017. So I have my Epic metal letters, and then I've got my vision board up there that's got all kinds of fun stuff. And then my big quote that I did on one of our canvases was, "In life, there are no boundaries, only possibilities."
Ooh, I love
So I love that quote. It's one of my favorites. So I did that on a Team Rockstar, one of the established ones that we could do on canvases. And that holds a prominent place in my office. It makes me really happy every time I look at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started. So if money were no object, where would you go on vacation? I think that too often people are afraid to dream because they think everything is unattainable. There's no such thing as a crazy dream. It's really just in how focused are you on making it happen, because really we can accomplish anything. I wouldn't have thought that I would take my family to Europe last summer for 2 weeks. Like, if you had told me that, 2 years before, I'd be like, yeah, no, that's crazy. I can't be gone for 2 weeks. That's going to be super expensive. Oh my gosh, how would we pull that off? And it all just fell into place. And it was amazing. And those are the kind of things that the memories you need to be making with your family. So, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
If I could go anywhere, it would be Italy. So that's you went and lived my dream.
It was really pretty. I want to do Australia. That's my goal. That's really far. It's a long flight. I don't know about that. We all have completely different paths. Marika and I joined really at a very similar time to one another, and we're both at the same level now, but our journeys have been really different. Like, if you were to look at the details of her journey versus mine, and not to say that mine's better or hers is better or worse or whatever, they've just been different, and it's all beautiful, right? Because we all end up exactly where we're supposed to be. But I know she and I are both big goal setters and vision boarders, and we do those things to ensure that we reach the success that we're looking for. Okay, so it's really important. I keep saying vision board, and look here, we have vision. It's really important that you lay out a vision for what you want from your business, where you see yourself, and, can you see yourself in the future working this business and being successful and achieving what you're looking for. And when I say successful, that's not the same to every single person, because not everybody wants to be in leadership, and that's okay. Not everybody wants to, work their way up and have a big team and do stuff like that. If that's not your thing and you want to sell and you want to do parties and that's fun for you and that's all you're looking for, that's okay. There can be so much more. There can be recruiting and there can be all of that, but you need to decide what your perfect path looks like and figure out what steps you are going to take to get yourself there. So whether that includes recruiting and building a team and promoting into leadership and all that kind of thing, that's totally up to you, but you need to be clear about it. And once you're clear about it, whatever the goal is, Marika and I are here to help you. That's our job, is to help you get there, whether it's you want to make $200 a month to pay the after school care for your kid, or whether you want to make $10,000 a month so that you can quit your job. Wherever you fall in that, let us know, and that's what we're here to help you do. Okay, so what is your big goal? Who's done some goal setting? I know Marika and I have, but we all need to look at this big goal. And maybe it's a little scary when you look at this big giant goal, but when you break it down into little smaller goals, like for example, if your goal was to be making $1,000 a month, if right now you just started and you haven't even gotten your first paycheck yet, to think, ooh, I want to make $1,000 a month might seem a little scary, because how in the heck do you do that, right? You've not sold a thing yet. You're brand new. You haven't even had a party. Oh my God, how can I even say I want to make $1,000 a month? Well, okay, that's where you need to take a step back and walk yourself through the process. So what would that look like? What is $1,000 a month look like? Well, if you're just starting out, you're brand new, that's $4,000 in sales. Okay, how many parties is that? How many parties per week is that? Break it down as much as you need to set those little mini goals so that you can work up to that big goal, because that makes that big goal a little less scary when you have a process and a road you can take along the way. All right, so what is the purpose of setting goals? And really, it's like the first slide said, a goal not written down is just a dream. That's exactly why. It allows you to laser focus on what that is that you want and motivate yourself and build self-confidence as you achieve those little mini goals. Because if you $1,000 goal and your paycheck rolls around and it's not $1,000, it's really easy to be like super self-defeating, going, oh, well, I suck at this, clearly it's never gonna happen. But if you look at that $1,000 goal and go, okay, well, by the end of the year, I want to be making $1,000 a month. So that means this month I'm going to do at least 4 parties. And then from those parties, I'm going to start booking more parties. And you see yourself making that progress, and you see yourself achieving those mini goals along the way. It builds your self-confidence and helps you learn to believe that, yes, that $1,000 a month is possible. And I will say, we had our Better Together meetings. We used to call them Celebrate and Connect meetings, CNC meetings, way back in the day. They didn't even exist when Marika and I started our businesses. There was no such thing. Yeah, right? Once you promoted into leadership, you could host them. And so, my first one was when I was hosting. I don't think they existed prior to then. And one of the very first ones, probably the first or second meeting, we had these little things. They wanted us to fill out, write a check to ourselves. I don't know if you remember that one, Marikan.
I do.
I found that, it was in my closet somewhere. I found it, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years later. And my check to myself had been $1,000. That was my, holy crap, pie in the sky, wow, this would be amazing goal. Was that $1,000 a month. And looking back on it now, obviously we're in leadership and we're, making more than $1,000 a month. But I remember when I wrote that at the time, it was I was almost laughing, because I was this will never happen, but look how cool would this be? You know what I mean? I don't know, Marie, do you remember that one too?
I absolutely remember that. And I remember we had copies of those to mail to our to our consultants so that they could see what their goal had been. So they kept a copy and we kept a mock copy and we could mail it to them later. I remember that. But, talking about that $1,000, I remember when my NED, Jennifer Cornell, was talking to me about her big goal with 31 was to be able to make an extra $1,000 a month. And so, that thinking about her as an NED, and she has shared with us a couple of times that she makes on average around $30,000 a month. So for that to have been her big goal and for her to be where she is now, it's amazing to me what this company can do for us and how it truly can make our dreams come true. And, me too. I mean, to me, that an extra $1,000 when I joined would have been unreal. I mean, it was almost felt like that was unachievable. And now it's not. So we know where you all are sitting. And for those of you that $1,000 is your goal, we want to help you get there.
It's doable.
Absolutely.
Totally doable. All right. So what is the difference between your goal and your why? Like, you hear us talk about your why pretty frequently, I would think. So a goal is what you're working towards, whether it's a financial goal or a number of parties goal, or that you want to promote into leadership, or that you want to get a recruit every month, whatever that is, that's your goal. Your why is really more what's going to be more tangible once you reach that goal. Like, so if your goal is a financial based goal, where does that money go? What's your big vision for how you're going to spend that money? Is it to pay the car payment? Is it to pay the daycare? Is it to pay the mortgage? Whatever that is, that's your why. That's your driving force. That's your motivation behind the fact that you want to make that $1,000 a month. So that's kind of the difference between goal and why. They're both super important, but they're a little bit different. And if you can establish both of them, girl, you got this. You got this going on. So that's what we're here to help you.
Absolutely.
All right. And you guys have probably heard us also talk about SMART goals. This is such a new agey kind of term. It kind of makes me laugh a little bit because oh my gosh, you could find 10 bajillion websites talking about SMART goals. But SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. And that basically means, if you say, I'm going to make I would like to make $1,000 by the end of the year. That is definitely fits within the SMART goal category because it's very specific. It's not the same as just saying, I want to make a whole lot of money. That ain't a goal, honey. That's just a woohoo, don't we all? So you need to be specific, right? Measurable, yes. You can look at your check and go, did I make 1,000? Did I not make 1,000? Attainable, certainly. There are other people in this company making more than $1,000 a month, so it's certainly an attainable goal. Relevant or rewarding, yeah, because duh, it's money. We like that.
Yeah.
And then time bound or trackable because you are setting a time frame for it. If you're just leaving it open-ended, of someday I'd like to make $1,000 a month with 31. That's not time bound. That's it. It still fits in the other categories, but you haven't set a goal, a deadline for yourself on that. So it's important that you use all these aspects of setting a SMART goal because if you can identify all these things, you're more likely to stick to it because you're just reinforcing. You're putting it more concrete in your head, on paper, everywhere, all the way around you, to us as your leaders of what you're trying to accomplish and when. Okay. We, as women, are way worse about this than men are. We are natural self-sabotagers sometimes, and it's a hard habit to break. You see this all the time with, if people that are dieting, and they're like, well, I'm always going to be fat. Oh, I can't help myself. Oh, my family was eating it, so I had to too. It's very self-sabotaging. And people can be the same way with their businesses and with their goals. If you fall into that trap of, my first party flopped, I'm never going to be a success with this. Or, oh my gosh, I've been in this business for 3 weeks and I don't have a recruit yet. What's wrong with me? That's all super self-sabotaging, and that is not doing yourself any favors. If that's how you feel, contact myself from Rican and we'll smack you around a little and tell you how awesome you are. Because all this stuff is just that ugly voice in your head. And you need to put a positive spin on every thought that comes out of your mind in regards to these goals. Because I mean, maybe I'm cheesy, but I believe that what you put out in the universe is going to come back. So if you're putting positivity out, you're going to get positive back in return. And keep all this negative self-talk out of your head. There's no place for it. It's not okay. We aren't going to let you do it. Right, Marikan?
That's right. To me, it's the devil coming to get you. Those voices in the back of your head, and we have to say no, and move forward. I had this quote. Let me read it to you. It was a quote that was on my daily devotional yesterday, and it really spoke to me because it is very much about that negative self-talk and how we tend to self-sabotage ourselves through our thinking. It says, when you stay focused on your purpose and not your problem, you can be happy even when life seems to be falling apart. And that is so true, because it is the problem that keeps popping up in our head, the things that we're worried about that keep popping up in our head. But what's our purpose? What's our goal? What are we working towards? If we keep that in the forefront of our mind, and don't let that negative creep in, then we are going to keep moving forward and reach our goals instead of feeling that negative and letting it bring us down. So our cup is always half full. It's never half empty.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Love it. Okay, so how long you have to achieve your goal is really up to you. But I really, really would encourage you to do those mini goals that we talked about and make them what I kind of call progressive goals. So if you're working towards that 1,000, maybe your first mini goal is to make $250 in a month, and then $500 in a month, and reward yourself for that. And nothing extravagant, but maybe you buy a new little cute inspirational sign to put in your bedroom or in your office. Go to Hobby Lobby, they have 10 bajillion of them. Whatever is going to make you feel good about what you've accomplished along the way for setting those mini goals and hitting them. I would really encourage you to do that, because it's going to help keep you motivated. Absolutely. And tell us that you hit them, and we will cheer for you and be all excited. And post it in your group, and they'll be all excited for you too. Okay. I love this. So almost everybody, sets New Year's resolutions. And by January 21st, they are about 98% of the people have already broken them or given up on them, or said, no, this is too hard. So we've all probably been that person with one or more resolutions at some point in our life. I know I for sure have. But the 4 main reasons that people fail at achieving the things they claim to want in their life are either having vague or unspecific goals, having a lack of focus, having an interest but not a commitment, or having a lack of personal power. My favorite of those is number 3, because I feel like you can say all day long that you want that $1,000 a month, but if you are simply interested in the idea of making $1,000 a month but not committed to doing the work that you need to do to make it happen, you're not going to succeed. That is the reason, and this is a side note, but that's the reason a lot of people don't stay in direct sales, because they don't really understand that it actually does take work. That money is not going to fall out of the sky and land in your lap, and hearts and rainbows are not going to come shooting out of your ears, and amazing things are not just going to happen just because you click join and got a kit in the mail. I'm sorry, it is not that simple. Our job is not difficult, but it is hard work. So you have to be willing to put that in, and that's half the battle, because that is why you see so many people company hopping from company to company to company, because they're looking for a magic potion and it doesn't exist. Yeah. Sorry, I'm the blunt one. It ain't gonna happen. You can join all the brand new companies in the whole wide world, But if you're not willing to actually put any work into any of them, you're always going to be saying, well, no, this one's going to be different. No, this one's going to be different. And it never will be, because you got to be willing to do the work. So
absolutely.
I like this slide. Makes me happy. Okay. So, I guess I jumped ahead. I forgot we were breaking down these further. Okay. Vague, unspecific goals.
All good.
It's all good. What that means, we can go quick over this part.
That's right.
Get clear on what you want. That is what we've already said. It's all about setting a vision, setting the intention, making sure it's a smart goal with all of those pieces laid out in it. It's not hard, you guys. You guys can totally do this. Focus on what you want daily. A lot of people will either make a vision board, write their goals down, whatever the case may be, and then go, oh, look, I did it. Check it off the list. It's done. And then they never look at it again, never think about it again. And then the next year they're like, well, my goals didn't come true. My vision board didn't do me any good. Blah, blah. But okay, the fact of the matter is, it's kind of like joining a gym. You can join a gym, and then if that's the last time you ever set foot in the door, honey, don't expect to drop that 20 pounds you're looking to drop, because it ain't gonna happen. So it's the same thing with goals. You gotta set a goal and then actually put the work in. Go figure.
I liked, that one that you were talking about every day. I was telling my ladies last night, I said, this is where you want to put those goals in front of you on a regular basis. So maybe write them on a Post-it note and stick them on the mirror in your bathroom so that you see them every single day, to remind yourself constantly that this is what you're working towards and this is why you're doing it.
Exactly. Oh, my dog's awake. Hi, puppy. Okay. Make a public commitment. That is just as easy as posting in the group or sending Marika or myself a message saying, hey, here's my goal. Here's my mini goals. Here's my time frame. This is what I want. This is what I want to see happen. I dare you. Do it. I dare you. We're ready. We want to see it. Super exciting. And we will help hold you accountable. And that's the whole point behind this little reason number 3.
Yeah.
Lack of personal power. This is like the same thing. Like they always say, people dieting say I have no willpower. This is the same thing. If you decide you want to do something and you put the work into it and take action and move forward, really nothing can stop you. But if you let those little negative voices and even your past performance, your previous actions, if you let all of that define you, there's one quote that I say a lot, is that you can either let your past define you or you can let it strengthen you. And you have that choice. So you can either look back and say, well, I've tried other companies and it's never worked and blah, 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 blah. You can live that mantra, or you can decide you're going to change it and that you're going to set a goal and get for real and, stop BSing yourself that, you aren't capable, when the fact of the matter is anybody's capable. You just have to be willing to work. So, okay. All right, and then we have a few other goal setting tips for you. And all of this kind of goes back to everything we've already said. State them in a positive statement. That's the same thing, like I said, putting the positive out in the universe. If part of your goal statement is, I'm not going to be broke anymore. Well, okay, no. Turn that around. Flip that around, because that is putting negative out there. That's putting broke out there. And when you put a word like that out there, it's a strong connotation. People fear broke. And that brings up feelings of fear. It brings up connotations of there's not enough, it's scarcity. Take all that out and instead flip it around and say, my goal is to make $1,000 a month so that I can pay all my bills on time and not feel anxious over money, or something like that. Spin it around so it's got a little more positivity to it. Be precise. That goes back to SMART goals. Set priorities. If you want X to happen, what things do you need to put in place to make it happen? If you want to have 6 parties a month, what do you need to start doing? Where do your priorities need to lie? Do you have time to play Candy Crush for 2.5 hours, or should you maybe be on the phone or texting or messaging and making sure your hostess coaching is happening and making sure your existing hostesses are taken care of and that you're getting new girls in the books? So it is. It's a priorities thing. And maybe it means you can't sit on your butt as much as you might want to. But is that more important than making that money or not? Write them down. We've already talked about that. Keep operational goals small. That goes back to your mini goals. Set performance goals, not outcome goals. That's like when I'm saying, okay, I want 4 parties this month or 6 parties this month, whatever the case may be. Not every party is going to knock it out of the park. Marika and I have been doing this a long time, and we still have parties that are not like breaking the bank by any stretch. It happens. So you can't expect that you're going to book 4 parties and they're all going to be $1,000 parties. If you do, tell us your secrets, because we would like all of our parties to be $1,000 parties as well, but they're not. You're going to have some that are not amazing, but you're going to have some that, like, you walk out of there and you're like, oh my God, how did I just sell $1,600? That's crazy. So make sure that you are, sorry, my son is texting me. Make sure that you are really looking at what you can control. So you can control how many parties you put on the books. You can't always control the outcome of that party. You have to keep moving forward either way and be realistic in your goal setting. Okay, so if we're talking making $1,000 a month, how many parties would it take for you to achieve that goal? Well, if you're brand new, you might not know that yet because you don't know your own personal party average. So the company party average, last I looked, was around $600, $550 to $600. So you might look at that as your jumping off point. And then as you get a little further into the business, you can see what your personal party average is. Maybe your parties are stinking amazing and you have an $800 party average. So you've got to kind of figure out where you're at with that so you can determine how many parties you need in order to make that happen. Sorry, I'm trying to see what the heck my son wants from me.
Go ahead, check it out.
Be getting on the bus and coming home soon. Okay. Marikan, do you want to take this one over while I deal with this real quick?
Absolutely. I would love to. So,
thank you.
Breaking it down. So, we had talked earlier about that $1,000. Well, let's try to make it a little more attainable. Let's start with a smaller goal of $500 a month. So the goal is that you want to make an extra $500 a month to help pay your expenses for national conference. You guys know that we're getting ready to start registering for national conference soon. And we want every single one of you coming with us to conference this year. We are really excited to get to party with you all at the biggest party of the year. So, in order to do that, you're going to try to make $500. So you're going to need to sell $2,000 in product, right? So my goal would be 4 to 6 parties because an average party with our company is around $600. So $600 party times 4 equals $2,400. At 25% of the sales, which is your commission, you're going to have $6,000, which is awesome. That's $100 more than your goal, right? But, we need to take into account for the things that might happen. Maybe a party cancels. Maybe a party's not quite as high sales as what you thought it would be. So we're going to do a couple of extra parties just in case. So how many parties do you think it would take for you to actually reach your goal that you have set? What are your upcoming party dates? Do you have dates on your calendar right now? Have you actually taken your calendar and highlighted the dates that you want to do parties and then made sure that you have parties there? Well, if you haven't, stay tuned tomorrow for something special coming that might help you with that. But making sure that you have those party dates on your calendar is what is truly going to help you to reach your goal. If you say you're going to do parties and you don't have party dates and parties booked, then it's not going to happen. So if it's empty, pick a date for an open house right now. When are you going to do your spring launch party? And then I want you to put your most reliable, always ready to party hostesses in it. Those are the people you're going to invite, the people that you know are going to book from you. You want to invite those ladies so that you can get them here or on Facebook, if you're going to do a Facebook launch party, so they can see this new stuff so that they are going to want it. So then that they are going to book parties to fill that calendar up for you. Everybody should have at least one, look at that typo. Everybody should have at least one launch party. You could do a Facebook launch party and a live launch party. I'm supposed to be doing a live launch party this Saturday. I'm really excited about it. Looking to see what my VIP hostesses are going to think of this new product. Every step keeps your business moving forward. You look at your party dates for February and March. Do you think you have what you need to accomplish your goal? What's your why? If you don't have what you need to accomplish your goal, then it's time to reach out and book some more parties. If you do, it's time to do some excellent hostess coaching to make sure that those ladies are ready and they are going to have stellar parties for you. You can make excuses or you can make money. This is one of my absolute favorite quotes because it is so true. It is so easy to say, I'm just going to put it off until tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow and it'll be okay. But you know, what happens if something happens tomorrow and you don't get it done? And then it gets pushed on down the road. And then the next day, I'm going to do it that day. Oh, goodness, my son's sick. And it gets pushed on down the road. So you need to do it now and not wait. If you want to be one of the people that is making the money, you can't make excuses. You've got to do it and do it now. So yes or no, ladies, you have to work it. You know that song, Work It? You have to work it and you have to hustle in order to make it happen. How many of you can honestly say that you worked your business this month? Did you reach out and create conversations regarding 31? Did you do a party yet? Did you compliment someone carrying a 31 bag and ask her if she had a consultant and give them a mini catalog if they don't? Get their information. Did you carry your 31 products with you everywhere you go? Change your purse to match your outfit, right, Beth?
Yes, sometimes. Most of the time.
Be honest with yourself and your business. Do you work it? This is really important. If you're not working it, it's not going to happen. Like Beth was saying earlier, you know, money doesn't just fall into your lap. You have to put the time and the effort into it in order to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. So let's get ready to go deep. Are you ready?
Woohoo!
One of my favorite people at home office words rang really true to me, and I want to share them with you. This is something that we heard a few years ago, and man, it is so true. The bank. Imagine that there's a bank account that credits your account each morning with $86,400. It carries no balance from day to day. Every evening, the bank deletes whatever part of the balance you failed to use during the day. What would you do? You would draw out every cent, wouldn't you? Absolutely. Each one of us has this bank. Its name is time. Every morning, we are credited with 86,400 seconds in the day. Every night, it writes off a loss for whatever you have failed to invest a good purpose to. It carries no balance. It allows no overdrafts. Each day, it opens a new account for you, and each night, it burns the remaining left of the day. So, are you using your time wisely? Are you using those seconds in your day? If you fail to use the day's deposit, the loss is yours. There is no drawing against tomorrow. You can't get that time back, ladies. You must live in the present of today's deposit. So invest in it to get the utmost in health, happiness, and success for yourself. Use your time wisely and use it towards what you want. Like Beth said, playing Candy Crush or scrolling through Facebook is not going to get you closer to your goal.
It's fun. We're not saying don't ever relax and enjoy yourself.
But don't spend 5 hours at it, right?
Right. Exactly. Reward yourself for your hard work by doing something relaxing like that you enjoy.
Absolutely.
Just don't do that instead of the hard work.
Precisely. The clock is running. Make the most of today. I love this right here. To really realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade and had to repeat it. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. That 1 more month would have made such a difference. To realize the value in 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lover who's waiting to meet. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who just missed the train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask someone who just avoided an accident. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask the person who just won the silver medal at the Olympics. Every single millisecond in your life counts. And we need to make that time count in order for us to reach those goals that we want and to be able to reach that vision that you have for your life. If you just think about it and dream it, it's never going to happen. Treasure every moment that you have. Treasure it more because you share it with someone special enough to spend your time with. And remember that time waits for no one. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. We all get that same 24 hours in a day. 24 hours every single day. And how are you going to make that 24 hours worthwhile for you? If you attended Super Day at National Conference 2 years ago, you might have heard Darren Hardy talk about the compounding effect. I love this, the compounding effect.
Me too.
The book talks about doing something even just a few minutes each day, but doing it consistently. And consistency is key in our business. And you will reap big rewards and be more fulfilling and have a more productive life. So, for example, if you reach out to 3 contacts a day, by the end of the week, you will have spoken to 21 contacts. By the end of the month, you will have spoken to 93 people. They say 1 out of every 10 people will decide to take advantage of 31 opportunity by becoming consultants. If you have 93 recruiting conversations each month, just 3 per day, that's all, just 3. You could potentially add 9 team members to your team each month. Did you know that just 2 members can promote you to senior consultant and 4 members can promote you to director? All they have to do is qualify. If you talk to 93 people about 31 and 1 out of every 3 spends the customer average of $60 a person, you would add $5,940 in personal sales in 1 month. That's by speaking to 3 people a day and having the average number of people order. Can you imagine that? That's incredible. Who thinks they have time to make 3 calls a day? Just 3. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. And that is so very true here. 3 contacts a day. And look what could happen in your business. Just use a little bit of your time and you can make it happen.
That's awesome.
So this is what Beth and I want to say to you. Every woman and every 31 journey is different, but there is only one you. We could share with you tips and ideas and laugh and train all day long, which would be so much fun and we love. So stay tuned for next month. Mark your calendars for a BackStage Pass call. It's coming up next month. We'll be talking about organizing. But the best advice we could give you is to be the best you can be. We don't want you to be anybody else but you. We don't want you to try to work towards someone else's goal. We want to help you reach your goal. What is your goal for your life? What is your vision? That's what we're here for. So stay true to yourself and be honest with your goals. If you're working your business, then no matter if you have 8 parties on your calendar or 2, It's something to be proud of. Know that you're a 31 sister, and we're here to help you absolutely every step of the way, and we are always going to be your biggest cheerleaders.
Yay.
One of my favorites, excuses. It's the word we use to fill the gap between wanting something and achieving something. Expectation. Exceptions. So I did that yesterday too. Exceptions. The excuses that we make to explain why people succeed. Excellence. What is achieved just because we keep showing up. So don't make excuses. Don't talk about the exception. Be the excellence. Be the one that keeps showing up every day, even when it is hard, and keeps moving forward, because it will pay off.
Yeah, it will. I love it. No boundaries, only possibilities.
Absolutely. I love it. You need to make us a banner for that quote to go on our wall.
That's true. I should.
It's awesome. So thank you, ladies, so much for taking time to be with us today and talking about goals. And we want to hear your goals. Like we were saying earlier, if you don't make that goal public, then it's not really real. You need people to help you work towards that goal. And that's what Beth and I are here for. That's what your team members are here for. Let us all help you and cheer you on towards your goal so that you can be successful in whatever your vision is for your life.
Yay! Awesome. So we would love for you guys, after you watch this recording, to think about your goals. If you're comfortable, post them in the team group. If you don't want to put them quite that publicly just yet, send them either to Marika or myself, because we can't help you achieve them if we don't know what they are. So
Absolutely.
we would love to help hold you accountable, help give you ideas, resources, whatever you need for that support. So
we want to get you there. We want you to be successful in the way that you feel is successful for you. So thank you all so much for coming today. And is your son okay, Beth?
Yeah, he butt dialed me. I was like, okay, I'm in the middle of something. He's like,
Hey, it was a perfect break time so that I could do part 2. It was awesome.
It worked out well.
Thank you all so much. We look forward to seeing you at our Move, Motivate, and Make It Happen call. Let's see, the week after next on Monday. What's the date of that, Beth? Do you remember off the top of your head?
It's the one that I'm going to be out of town for, so Marika's going to do it all by herself because she loves me. It's the 27th, February 27th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Rock stars. Still get on, even though I'm not there.
I'm going to be celebrating all of you, so be here. And I can't wait to do it. So, and that's what we're good partners for. We help each other. So I'm looking forward to it. All right. Have a blessed evening. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.